Hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you. This is something new. I think when I have time, I'll be sending you a Friday wrap-up video, um, sort of like a combination of what did we do this week and some important information that I want you to know about. So this we will call our weekly wrap-up with Mrs. Love. All right. So this week, if you look on the right side of the screen here, it says History Class Weekly Wrap-Up, September 15th, 2023. Um, this is showing you all the lessons that we did this week and the assignments that went with them. Now, you will have to find the links to those assignments either within the lessons or in the plan calendar in your history course in the online school. Every day I put a copy of the lesson exactly the way it looks that we share in class, and I also include links or directions on where to find that day's assignments. So you should not be doing the assignments until you come to class with me, but the reason I put them in there for you is just in case you miss a class or you don't get finished with what we're doing in class, then you'll have time to go and make it up later and you'll know where to find those things. Remember, all of our weekly classwork is due no later than Sunday at midnight. Now, if you have some special circumstances that prevent you from getting it done by then, you need to reach out to me and let me know. Oops. I skipped ahead way too far. Hold on, let me go backwards here. All right, so also on our radar this week is our September book report project. I introduced that to you on Wednesday. The book is assigned to you in your EPIC. If you have not joined EPIC yet in Mrs. Love's class, you can go to September 13th on the plan calendar and get the details about doing that. I also have on there a link to a Google Drive where I loaded a copy of the book there. So even if you have EPIC, I know with Agora, EPIC turns off at the end of the school day. So if you want to be reading or doing this project later or on the weekend, you're going to have to go and get the copy of that book because you won't be able to access it in EPIC on outside of school time. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I will keep reminding you to work on this, but listen, we're not doing this in our class time. This is a project, and projects are usually done outside of class. Okay, and I thought I'd spend just about 2 minutes going over how to check your grades. I know this is new to a lot of people, so I want to make sure that we understand. And if you want to show this to your learning coach so they understand, that is an awesome idea. So I think it's a good idea to check your grades at least once a week. Now, typically Friday is a great time to do that, but if you don't have assignments completed from the week, you're not going to see a grade in there yet. And sometimes if Mrs. Love gets busy, I don't have your most recent grades entered. So you got to kind of give me a little slack there. As a rule, I try to have the grade book updated every Monday. But let's just see how do we go about finding out our grades. Okay, how to check history class assignments and grades. Okay, step one, you got to open the course. You guys know how to do this. Go to your schedule or go to your classes. Click on your American History course. Now, step two, this is where it can get tricky, but there's a whole bunch of different ways to get to the same place. The easiest way that I think is from that top menu where I have it circled here on the screen, click on the word grades. When you open that, at the top of the page, it should show you your current grade. It will show you points. So in this example, this student has 41 points out of a possible 41 points. That means they have a 100% grade. They have all of their work done and they have gotten the most points they can get. Now, if you're looking to see if you are missing any assignments, you can scroll down and through the list you will see all of the graded work that we have done in class. Anything without a number in front of it is incomplete. So if you look at that one here that says Unit 3, Lesson 7 quiz, there's a little dash and then a 6. That means there's a possible 6 points for that quiz, but it hasn't been completed yet because there's no number in front. Okay, so if you are missing an assignment, you might see that. Okay, now some assignments that you'll see that for might be closed already if you didn't do them, so you'd have to ask the teacher about that. How do we find the assignments? Well, I kind of mentioned that to you earlier, and there's a bunch of different ways to do this too. The first place, which I have number 1, is to scroll down and look at your class announcements. Every Monday I put a weekly calendar on there, but usually this is just like basic information. Usually you're not going to see any links in the class announcements. If you want the actual links to the lessons and the activities, you've got to go to the plan calendar. So look at number 2. That is the word plan. That's the fastest way. Then you can just click on the date that you're looking for because it's a calendar. And then finally, if you want to do it the long way, you can click on content and then scroll down the left menu till you see daily lessons and then find the appropriate lesson that you're looking for. Lessons are posted every single morning, usually by 9 o'clock. Okay, here's some reminders. Assigned work for each week is due no later than Sunday at midnight. If you miss a class for any reason, doesn't matter. If you're sick, if you have a tech problem, if there's a hurricane and you can't come to school, whatever it is, you must review the lesson that you missed or watch the recording for the class you missed and then complete whatever the activity or assignment was that we did in that class. Okay? So it's up to you to do that. The teacher is not going to tell you. If you're not in class, it's your responsibility. Number 3, async days count. Sometimes we will have asynchronous days where I will assign you independent work. This will be graded. If you don't do it, you'll get a 0. Finally, if you're not sure what to do, always ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask. We know, the teachers know it's confusing at the beginning especially. Sometimes you just forget how to do things or you just need a little bit of help. Don't be afraid to ask. We're here to help. That's our job. All right. Again, if you have any questions, ask your teachers, of course. And finally, my quote for the day. Let me get my face out of the way here. Oops, that was wrong. Here we go. My quote of the day: success in anything will always come down to this: focus and effort. And we control both of them. Think about that. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody.